friends, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for jumping on my channel and joining me for a class today. I've got a beginner 20-minute Pilates class that's going to touch a little bit of our whole body. Go ahead and roll out that mat. Let's get started. Come to the back edge of your mat and find an easy place to stand. Bring your hands to your hips, give yourself a little wiggle, a little shimmy. Hands can hang heavy if that feels better, but start to zip up through the front of the body. Press down deeply into both feet. Stand taller and straighter. Take a big, deep inhale. Great big easy sigh out. Another inhale, letting your shoulders slide up to your ears. Exhale, soften down the back. One more time, just like that. Let it go. Softly bend your knees, tuck your chin into your chest, and roll down. Only about halfway of as far as you can go. So I am not going to come all the way down to the ground. In fact, I'm going to stop in this little place right here and take my fingertips and bring them behind my head. If that's just too much for us today, you can just keep letting your fingertips dangle. But otherwise from here, simply sway a little side to side. You can even let your hips move. I am not super concerned with that at the moment. Simply just waking up our body, saying hello to what's going on today. Pause, center, maybe nod the head a little deeper, and then release the fingertips. Take another breath. And now, forward fold as deep as whatever feels good for you. Knees can, of course, be soft and bent just like mine, or if it feels better to straighten them, that's great. Take a great big breath. Exhale, bend the knees, restack the spine, roll the shoulders all the way up to the ears as we come up, and then soften them down the back. Big inhale, exhale, chin to chest, bend the knees. Soften, drop that top of the head down, just as we did, stop about halfway. Take a moment here. Think about pulling your belly button in, rounding a little bit deeper, and then again, if we want to hold onto our head, go ahead. Maybe sway again. Notice what feels different the second time. Pause, take a breath. Exhale, release your hands, find that true deep forward fold wherever that might be for you. Big inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, roll the shoulders all the way up to the ears as we come upright, and then soften down. I know that's counterintuitive of what I usually say. Normally I like them down the back, but we're just changing it up. Chin to chest, bend the knees, drop to that halfway spot once more. Give yourself a breath. Grab the head, let that weight from your arms help to lengthen your spine. Take one more breath. Exhale, find your true deepest forward fold, whatever works for you. Big inhale. Exhale, pull yourself up. Last time, let those shoulders shrug up and then soften them down the back. Now this time, really zip up, stand tall, stand straight, chin to chest, bend your knees. We're coming all the way down to our forward fold immediately. Bend the knees as much as you need to bring your hands to the mat. Look forward and let's crawl all the way out to a great big plank pose. Hold right here in your plank. Press away from the mat. Think of toning the stomach, broadening the shoulders. Take a great big inhale. Big sigh out. One more breath. Tip your hips back. Walk all the way into that lovely forward fold once more. Maybe you notice you want to keep your legs straight or immediately bend them. That's okay. Find that forward fold. Look to the top of your mat. And again, let's crawl our way out. Now notice what's happening in your hips as we crawl back and forth out of our forward fold into our plank. We don't want them to kind of ping pong or pinball side to side. We want them to stay in place. Take a breath. Hinge from the hips. You can even bend your knees here as you crawl. If that helps, keep those hips nice and stable. Find your forward fold again. Head is heavy. Maybe straighten the legs if you haven't already. Keep them bent if that feels better. And last time, let's find that plank pose one more time. Can we hold here for just a moment? Press the ground away. Lift up and away from it. Think of lengthening out of your low back. take a big inhale. Exhale, drop your knees down to the ground, shift back into a child's pose. Now, right now for me, having my knees together feels good, and it's that same feeling of pressing the mat away, broadening the shoulders, reaching those hips back at first, and then I'm going to crawl myself as low as I want to go in that child's pose. Take a big, full inhale. Easy sigh out. Roll yourself up to a nice, easy seat. If it's just too much to be on your knees right here, that's okay. You can just bring your feet out in front of you. But otherwise, swim your hands up over your head, take a breath, and then drop your right hand down towards the mat or the ground by your side. Start to lean over. Think of sending those fingertips out and away. Press your left hip closer to your left heel. Take a big, deep inhale. As you exhale, flip your palm so it's facing away from you and cactus your arm open. Inhale, straighten, send that arm away. Exhale, cactus it open. Last time, straighten it out and away. And I want you to curl forward and roll yourself up. Inhale, take those fingertips up. This time, left hand down. It becomes your little kickstand. Right hand up. Find that big, lovely lateral stretch. Flip the palm, and a couple of times, cactus and straighten. Just noticing what feels different from one shoulder, from one side of your neck to the other. Do you want to pause in a place? You're always welcome to send those fingertips down and around and roll yourself up. We're going to take our feet out in front of us if we haven't already and scooch to the front edge of our mat. Hands behind our thighs. Sit up tall, sit up straight. Take a great big full inhale. As you exhale, I want you to tip your pelvis back. We're going to roll all the way down to the mat. And if you want to hold onto your thighs the entire time and carefully, slowly, gently roll yourself down, if you want to take them out and away, that's great too. But otherwise, find a nice, easy spot to lie on your back. Think of zipping up through the front of the body. Think of feeling your sacrum, that big bony plate at the base of your spine touching the mat. Press deep into both of your feet. Take a big deep inhale. As you exhale, simply float your right foot up. Now that foot can be soft, pointed, flexed, whatever feels better for you. What I want you to focus on is your knee right over your hip. We don't want to draw it too far towards us or too far away, just right up over it. Shoulders down the back. Press your palms into the mat almost as if they are suction cupped down. And now 5 times I want you to touch that toe down. Exhale, lift up. Touch that toe down. Exhale, lift up. 3 more. Slow and steady. It's not a race, my friends. Last one down. Lift up. Take a breath. Set your right foot down without letting your left hip lift, and then immediately exhale, lift the left leg. Give yourself a moment, adjust. Did anything change in your body? I hope everything stayed the same. And then same thing, toe touches down, exhale, belly button in as you lift up. Toe touches down, exhale, lift up. 3 more. In your own time. Remember, you don't have to look exactly like me. If you need to stop about halfway because you feel your back arching, that's okay. Do exactly what you need to. Last one, lift up, take a breath, and now set that foot on the floor. Exhale, immediately lift up the right leg. From here, I want you to extend your toe up to the sky. You can point, you can flex. There can, of course, be a soft bend in the knee if you need to. What I want you to focus on is reaching that leg up towards the ceiling. It's almost like I have a hold of your leg and I'm helping to grow it out and up towards the sky around us. Now from here, press deep into your left foot on the mat. Feel your spine touch the ground behind you, shoulders down the back. And from here, all I want us to do is take a big inhale. As you exhale, drop your foot down about 5 inches and hold. Feel that sacrum pressing down into the mat. Feel your toe growing out. Let's all point our toe if we haven't already so we can really activate all of those muscles. Hold your leg in place right there. All of those lovely strong leg muscles should be turned on. You look beautiful. Take another big inhale. Exhale, drop it down another few inches. For me, I'm now in line with my opposite thigh. Take a breath. Did your shoulders move away? Did your low back arch at all? I hope it did not, but if so, just readjust. Give yourself a moment. Take another inhale. Exhale, drop down one more time. That toe should still be pointing out and away. Your whole leg muscle turned on. Take a big deep inhale. And now from here, exhale, pull your knee back over your hip. Inhale, send that toe out and away, back to that lowest spot. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, send it out and away. Exhale, belly button pulls in as you return. 2 more, inhale out. Exhale, pull. Last one, inhale out and hold. Give yourself a moment. Feel your spine touching the mat. Feel your left foot pressing down. Your left leg should be just as activated as your right. Take a big inhale. Exhale, lift it back up to that spot where your 2 thighs are towards one another, kind of touching. Big inhale. Big breath out, zip up through the front of the body, maybe even bring a hand to your hips, to your stomach to see what's going on. Another big breath. Exhale, lift up. One more big inhale. Exhale, reach that toe right back up to that starting spot. Take a breath. Set that foot down. Give yourself a moment if you need to. The minute you feel ready, exhale, lift the left leg. Find that spot and then extend your toe up to the sky. Again, we should feel our whole spine, each and every one of our little vertebrae touching the ground behind us. Big deep inhale. Exhale, drop about 5 inches. Almost imagine I am pulling that ankle. I am pulling your leg out and away from your hip. All of those muscles are turned on, are holding your leg in place, keeping it steady. Another big breath. Exhale, drop it down a few more inches in line with your opposite thigh. Hips are heavy. They are connected to the mat. Your shoulders are broad. What do you need to focus on? Maybe it's something different on this side than the first one. That's okay. Another breath. Exhale, drop it down again. We're at that lowest spot. Reach your toe further away. Stamp down into the right foot on the floor. Feel all of your right hamstring nice and activated. Take a great big inhale. Exhale, pull the knee in. Inhale, drive the toe out and away, nice and long, nice and low. Exhale, pull it in. 3 more, reach it out and away. Exhale, pull it in. You've got this, out and away. Exhale, pull it in. Last one, out and away and stay. Stamp down into that foot on the floor, take a big breath. Exhale, lift it up to the height of your opposite thigh. Find that connection, that support the mat can give the back of your body. Big breath here. Exhale, lift it up. Hold for a moment. And then finally take it all the way up. Big breath. Drop the leg down. Stamp down into your left foot. Exhale, immediately lift the right. Keep the right in place. Take another breath. Exhale, lift the left. We've already felt the back of our body really press down into the mat. We're finding all that lovely length our spine can give us. And then from here, I simply want us to inhale, stretch your right leg nice and long. Maybe it's as low as it was before. Maybe it's up a little higher. That's okay. Exhale, pull it in. Left leg goes long. Exhale, pull it in. Now, if it's just too much for us to keep our low back connected to the mat the entire time that we have both legs lifted, you could, of course, just set one foot down and do a single leg at a time. That's always a wonderful option. It's a big one. To keep both legs away from the floor, our spine imprinted, our low belly muscles turned on, our ribs knit together. There's so much going on. Know that wherever you are today, however you happen to be practicing, you are doing such good things for your body, and you should be very proud of yourself. You got this. Let's do one more to each side. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, pull it in. Hold right there. Really think of drawing your inner thighs towards one another, zipping up through the front of your body. And now from here, I want us to open our knees out to the side. So it's kind of like we're in a little froggy position. And then bring those knees back together. Rotate from the inner thighs, open out. Pull it right back in. Open it out. Pull it right back in. Last one, open. Pull it in. Now that we've got that action, I want you to drop your left foot down and open your right knee out to the side. That might feel a little wonky. In fact, it might feel like we're going to kind of fall over to one side. But we want to keep the back of our body connected to the mat just like we've already done. From here, inhale straight and reach that toe away. Exhale, pull that knee back to that starting spot. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, back to that little turnout starting spot. Inhale, send it out and away. Exhale, pull it back to center. Every time you pull that knee up, think of toning the stomach more. It's like that small weight is on the middle of our belly, and it is getting heavier every time we bend our knee. Last one. Pull it in, stay, take a breath. Rotate it back and lower it down. Stamp down into your right foot. Float your left foot up. We'll find that little rotation there. Now, I didn't say it on the first side because sometimes we just have too much to think about. But pay attention if your knee starts to travel away. We actually want to keep our right leg parallel, our left leg turned out. Take that toe out and away. It's like a little string is pulling your knee back to starting. Inhale, send it out and away. Exhale, cinch the waist as you bring it back up. As you go back and forth, can you keep that feeling of stamping your foot into the floor, of connecting your whole back, including your arms, into the mat? It's almost like you're trying to press your fingertips, press the backs of your arms deep into the floor behind you. Oh, look at that. I was letting my knee float off to the side. I want to keep my knee pointing straight up to the sky. Last one. Exhale, pull it back in. Rotate it back to center. Lower it down. Walk your feet in just a little closer. Really feel the whole of your foot touching the mat and the whole of your back as well. Inhale, lift the pelvis up. Find a gentle bridge. Broaden the shoulders, point your nose straight up to the sky. Tone the spot where your thigh and your glute connect just a little bit more. Take a big, deep, full inhale. And as you exhale, slowly roll all the way down. Inhale, lift the pelvis, roll yourself up. Exhale, slowly roll down. 2 more just like that. Beautiful. Last one, all the way down. Walk your feet a little further away and knock your knees together. Find that internal rotation. We were working an external just a moment, but it's nice to kind of do the opposite every so often. And then walk those feet back towards one another and let the knees fall open. Let your hips open up. If that's too much for us, that's okay. We can just skip this little spot right here, but it's nice to kind of open up those hips after we do that. Now notice, does your back begin to arch as we do that? Can we still keep our spine imprinted? Take a big inhale. Exhale, I want you to curl and bring your feet back together. Inhale, open out to the side. Exhale, bring them back in. Almost think of cinching the waist more each time your knees come back towards one another. Last one, press the legs in and press the feet down. Now we want to keep our inner thighs touching the entire time. It's like you've got the tightest pencil skirt on or a very tight rubber band around your upper thighs. Press down and lift up. Let's hold right here. Squeeze that spot where your thigh and your glute connect. Lift your hips up just a hint higher. Take a great big full inhale. Exhale, roll all the way down. One last thing, float the fingertips up, shoulders down the back. Think of folding from your sternum as we take an inhale. And exhale, curl up. Have you lost any of that feeling of connection of the low back on the mat? Let's keep it in place. Take a big deep inhale. Great big breath out. 5 times. Inhale, float the fingertips up. Exhale, press down. Inhale, float the fingertips up. Exhale, press down. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, inhale up. Exhale down. Very last thing, float those fingertips up. They're reaching up and over the knees. Your gaze is going with it, and we are going to curl up 1/2 inch 5 times as you exhale. Big inhale. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, curl up. Now notice this action is my whole upper body lifting. It is not my shoulders caving together. Exhale, lift up. Just like we did before, stamp down into your feet as you lift. Last one, little pulse, lift up, hold. Take one more big final breath here. Exhale, relax down. Pull your knees into your chest. Go ahead and circle them a little side to side, wiggle around all you want to, and then rock yourself up to a seat. Give yourself a great big pat on the back. Take a moment to feel so proud of all that your body has accomplished today. I hope you enjoyed our class, and I certainly hope to see you soon.